1-2 bulan bersamaan seluruh Indonesia sudah selesai kita.
Ya, ya.
Pak Dubes, bagaimana penerbangan ke Panama? Sudah lancar dari Indonesia?
Penerbangan ke Panama dari Indonesia dan sebaliknya sejauh saya datang sampai dengan hari ini tidak pernah ada pelarangan terbang. Tidak pernah ada pelarangan terbang. Jadi normal-normal saja. Cuma memang kebanyakan masih menggunakan penerbangan Qatar dan Turki Airlines yang langsung ke Panama secara KLM. Sisanya melalui Jepang dan Amerika. Penerbangan Panama dari Indonesia dan sebaliknya sejauh saya datang sampai dengan hari ini tidak pernah ada pelarangan terbang. Tidak pernah ada pelarangan terbang. Jadi normal saja. Cuma memang kebanyakan masih menggunakan penerbangan Qatar dan Turki Airlines yang langsung ke Panama secara KLM. Misalnya melalui Jepang dan Amerika. Masih ulang-ulang terus.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi, Bapak Ibu semua di Indonesia. Thank you very much for being here with us. Firstly, I will address first to my ambassador, His Excellency Sukmo Harsono, Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia in Panama City, Licenciado Gilberto Mena, President of the Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Colon, Mr. Daryanto Harsono, Director of South America and East Caribbean Affairs, and now also in charge of Central American. And also Mr. Josimar Ortiz, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture and Industry of Colon, Ms. Yuyun Yunastuti Daud, Chairman of Indonesian Exporters Association of Yogyakarta. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning for all of you in Panama, and good evening for all of you in Indonesia. Thank you very much for being here with us. Welcome to our webinar of Colon as a hub for Indonesia to Latin America and the Caribbean market. This webinar is a cooperation between Indonesian Embassy here in Panama with Cámara Comercio de Colon, and also it's an important event because this webinar is not only to commemorate the Independence Day of Indonesia, but also to commemorate 110 years of Cámara Comercio de Colon. So again, congratulations for Cámara de Comercio de Colon. And we will begin this session, this webinar, by inviting our ambassador, His Excellency Sukmo Harsono, to give his brief remarks. Mr. Sukmo Harsono, Excellency Sukmo Harsono, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mrs. Puji. Mr. Lesia, buenos días, buenas noches.
Buenos días, Su Excelencia.
Buenos días.
Harsono, miembro de la comunidad de Indonesia.
Gilberto Mena, President of the Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Colon. Mr. Daryanto Harsono, Director of South American and East Caribbean Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia. Mr. Josimar Ortiz, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Colon. Mrs. Yuyun Yunastuti Daud, Chairman of Indonesian Exporters Association of Yogyakarta. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning for all of you in Panama, and good evening for our colleagues in Indonesia. First of all, allow me to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Licenciado Gilberto Mena and Mr. Josimar Ortiz and all the team of the Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Cologne for all your support and cooperation in organizing this webinar. I also would like to say thank you very much for Mr. Daryanto and Mrs. Yuyun for being here with us to share your experience on how to increase economic cooperation between Latin America, especially Panama and Indonesia. Also, thank you for all the participants of this webinar. Your presence here is very important to increase business-to-business contact, also to share ideas or experience to increase cooperation between two countries. Ladies and gentlemen, August is a special month for Indonesia and Panama for several reasons. We begin the 15th of August, where Panama celebrates the 502nd years of Panama City and 107 years of Panama Canal. On the 17th of August, Indonesia celebrates the 76 years of the Independence Days, and the 26th of August, the Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Cologne will celebrate its 110th anniversary. I believe that is not just a coincidence. It's a destiny and a good foundation to enhance cooperation between Indonesia and Panama. For this reason, today we gather here virtually to celebrate this beautiful moment and to have a productive discussion, to share ideas on how to increase our trade, tourism, and investment relation. Ladies and gentlemen, Panama plays a strategic role as a hub for logistics and commercial in the region with its canal. Panama, with its facility such as Zona Libre Colon and its strategic position, is an important hub for Indonesia to grab Latin America and the Caribbean market. In the other hand, Indonesia also plays important role in Southeast Asia region. If we talk about market, as a country with around 272 million population, we are the most population country in Southeast Asia and number 4 population country in the world. Indonesia could be a big and potential market for Panama exported product and investment. If we talk about industry, Indonesia is a source of raw material for industry, also end product. Here in Panama and Latin America, we can find Indonesia product such as automotive, spare part, tire, paper, footwear, electronic product, musical instrument, palm oil, and its derivative product, food, textile, and garment, furniture, and craft, and else. We hope in the future this will be more Indonesian product in Panama and Latin America, and there will be more product from the region, especially Panama, that we can enjoy in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, we understand that we are facing a difficult situation for the pandemic of COVID-19. However, I believe that it's time for us to enhance our cooperation, to reactive our economy. In this connection, cooperation between government as well as business to business contacts play important role to end this cooperation. Therefore, I hope that we could have a fruitful discussion and there will be more and more business cooperation between Indonesia and Panama as well as Latin America. In this time, I want to say sorry for all participants because I can follow this meeting fully. Because in this morning at 10 o'clock, I had an event attended by the President of Panama, Excellency Mr. Laurentino Cortizo. Once again, sorry and good luck to the Indonesia and Panamanian entrepreneur. Lastly, allow me to say happy 502nd years of Panama City and 107 years of Panama Canal. Selamat Hari Kemerdekaan Republik Indonesia yang ke-76 and Feliz 100 días años de Fundación de la Cámara de Comercio Agricultura e Industria de Colón. Gracias, sukses untuk pengusaha Indonesia menembus pasar Amerika Latin dan Karibia. Kami siap bekerja untuk Anda. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much, Excellency Sukmo Harsono. Now we will invite Licenciado Gilberto Mena, President of the Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Colón, to give his remarks.
Buenos días, Su Excelencia Sukmo Harsono, miembro de la comunidad indonesia. Es un grato honor para la Cámara de Comercio, Agricultura e Industria de Colón poder participar en este foro para tener un intercambio que puede ser de beneficio para ambas naciones. Nuestra organización, como misión, busca promover el desarrollo comercial, agrícola, industrial y turístico de la provincia de Colón por medio de una estructura institucional que satisfaga las necesidades de los asociados y defienda los intereses de los sectores que representa. Colón es una provincia que siempre ha estado abierta al negocio internacional, ya que por su posicionamiento estratégico permite ser el centro de acopio y distribución para América. Nuestro gremio, con 110 años de haberse fundado, siempre ha buscado la manera de mejorar el sector comercial y es interesante que el mercado de Indonesia pueda aprovechar nuestra metodología de comercio para llegar a otros mercados. Es importante resaltar que siempre estaremos interesados en nuevas opciones de negocios y mercados alineados con un desarrollo sólido y sostenible en el tiempo. Nuestra provincia cuenta con 5 grandes puertos, la segunda zona libre más grande del mundo, y como país tenemos una fortaleza en la logística y una estructura bancaria robusta con más de 50 bancos. La estructura comercial en el país está enmarcada en que hagamos alianzas estratégicas que alcancen un nivel de productividad que beneficie a todos. Confiamos en que este es el inicio no solo de una relación comercial, sino también de intercambios de experiencias en las cuales podemos asesorarnos en diferentes temas de éxito en varios rubros, y sabemos que Indonesia se ha varias áreas y sin duda alguna en el ámbito turístico. Los intercambios de buenas prácticas van a ayudar a fortalecer nuestras relaciones y de una forma aprendiendo, eso nos va a ayudar a crecer. Así que esperamos que este foro nos brinde a todos la información necesaria para poder generar el interés que ustedes ven a Colón como un hub comercial para Indonesia en Latinoamérica y el Caribe. Muchas gracias. Dios me lo bendiga a todos.
Muchísimas gracias, Mr. Gilberto Mena. Maybe Mr. Josimar will translate now.
Thank you. Just to go ahead and put into perspective, good morning, Your Excellency Sukomo Harsono. I'm going to translate now the greetings from Mr. Gilberto Mena. Members of the Indonesian community, it is a great honor for the Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture, and Industry of Cologne to be able to participate in this forum, to have an exchange that can be beneficial for both nations. Our organization as a mission seeks to promote commercial, agricultural, industrial, and tourist development of the province of Cologne through an institutional structure that meets the needs of its associates and defends the interests of the sectors it represents. Cologne is a province that has always been open to international business since its strategic position allows to be the distribution center for America. Our 110-year-old guild has always looked for ways to improve the commercial sector. It is our best interest to provide the Indonesian market with our ways of doing business in Panama for the region to connect you with other potential markets. It is important to highlight that we always be interested in new business and market options aligned with a solid and sustainable development over time. Our province has 5 large ports, the second largest free zone of the world. And as a country, we have a strength in logistics and a robust banking structure with more than 50 banks. The commercial structure in the country is composed of a system where strategic alliances help us achieve a high level productivity that is beneficial for everyone. We believe that this is the beginning not only of a commercial relationship, but also of an exchange of experiences in which we can advise on different issues and success stories in different areas. We know that Indonesia has positioned itself in several areas and without a doubt in the tourism field. Exchange of group practices help us strengthen our relationship and is a way of learning that help us to grow. We hope that this forum will provide you with the necessary information to generate the interest in seeing Cologne as a commercial hub for Indonesia and Latin America. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Josimar Ortiz, for your assistance in translation. So, allow me to invite Mr. Dario Sono, Director of South American and East Caribbean Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia, to share your view about the relation between Indonesia and Latin America and also Panama. Pak Daryanto, the screen is yours.
Muchas gracias, Puji. Your Excellency, Ambassador Sukmo Harsono, President of the Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture, Industry of Cologne, Licenciado Gilberto Mena, Executive Director of Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture, Industry of Cologne, Mr. Josimar, Chairman of Indonesia Exporters Association of Yogyakarta, Ibu Yuyun Yunastuti Daud, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, buenos días en Panama, buenas noches in Indonesia. Before starting my presentation, allow me to introduce my colleagues here from Indonesia, from Jakarta, who present with us today. Here with us, there are Ambassador Prayono Atianto. He is our special advisor for Latin America and the Caribbean countries. Ambassador Prayono, and then also some of our colleagues from Directorate of America 1. For example, Ibu Gina Fadila and Ibu Sita, who is in charge in desk of Panama. Directorate of America 1 is directorate who in charge with North and Central America in the West Caribbean, and then Directorate of America 2 here also with us, some of our colleagues from Directorate America 2, who is in charge with countries in South America and then Eastern Caribbean. Now I would like, first of all, I would like to sincerely thank to Ambassador Sukmo Harsono and his team in the Embassy of Indonesia in Panama City, and also in coordination with Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture, Industry of Cologne for organizing today's event. Today, I will present to you our take on post-COVID-19 economic recovery, Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean, trade, investment, and tourism cooperation. Maybe, Puji, we can share a screen. Okay. Yes, in the slide 2, please. Since 2017, Indonesia has intensified its international cooperation, particularly economic relations with our partner, including Latin America and the Caribbean countries. Indonesia is looking for ways to increase its trade with high potential countries and become a part of global supply chains in the region. Nevertheless, the past 2 years with the development of COVID-19 pandemic have been very challenging for all of us. The unprecedented pandemic disrupted has business and affected livelihood of the people and requiring a more solid international cooperation. We are all experiencing economic connection. And then also, although some countries have started experiencing recovery, but we must remain alert to ensure the public health, safety, and addressing of the pandemic, especially with the recent spreading of variant of interest and variant of concern. To have a balanced efforts in addressing the pandemic and economic recovery in this very crucial, and we are very mindful on that. We are also aware that we cannot work alone in controlling pandemic, as well as promoting economic recovery. So in this regard, Indonesia views Latin America and the Caribbean as an important partners that represent a huge economic potential. Latin America and the Caribbean are home to 33 countries with 658 million people, with total GDP of 5.78 trillion in 2018. And Latin America and the Caribbean also recorded around 130.87 billion in international trade in 2020. In the effort of promoting cooperation and closer collaboration between the two regions, Indonesia has opened 11 offices and embassies in the area in Bogota, in Brasilia, Buenos Aires, Panama City, Caracas, Havana, Lima, Mexico City, Paramaribo, Quito, and Santiago. At the same time, Jakarta is also home for 14 embassies in Latin America and the Caribbean countries. The embassies of Panama, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Guatemala, Ecuador, Mexico, Peru, Suriname, Uruguay, and Venezuela. This indicates a similar interest from Latin American countries in forging closer relation with Indonesia. Next, slide 3, maybe. Okay, in slide 3, it is described about the potential for trade between the two regions. This also reflected the trade performance in the past 3 years. As you can see on the screen, in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, situation in 2020, the total values of Indonesia export to Latin America experienced a slight decline in 2020 from 3.27 billion US dollar in 2019 to 3.16 billion US dollar. The decline in export was particularly recorded by decline in export of rubber, motor vehicles, footwear, and synthetic fibers. However, the values of Indonesia's import from Latin America shows a more stable feature, with a slight increase from 4.55 billion US dollar in 2019 to 5.10 billion US dollars in 2020. This was due to an increase in sugar imports from the region to Indonesia. It is also worth noting that the total of Indonesian export to Latin America only amounted 0.35% from Latin America. Total import or 1.93% from Indonesia export globally. While Indonesian import from Latin America only amounted 0.54% from Latin America total export or 3.60% from Indonesia total import from the world. This shows that both regions has the potential to increase values of trade between us. There are still plenty of room for us to increase our cooperation. Next slide, please. Now in investment, the two regions have not yet recorded a significant performance. The realized value of investment from the Latin America and the Caribbean in Indonesia is still relatively modest and has continued to experience a significant decline in the last 3 years. In the 2018, the total investment realization was recorded at 202.15 million US dollar. This decreased to 43.69 million US dollar in 2019 and 1.12 million US dollar in 2020. The largest investment partner countries in the regions were the Panama, Brazil, Uruguay, Colombia, Argentina, and Bolivia. Meanwhile, Indonesia investment in Latin America and the Caribbean is also needs to be increased. Indonesia investment still concentrated in Brazil as the main destination country, with the smaller investment also recorded in Mexico and Barbados. Next slide. In the tourism sector, although it has not shown a significant figures yet, the number of tourist visits from Latin America and the Caribbean showed an increased trend before the COVID-19 pandemic. The number of visits is around 80,581 in 2018, rose to 85,812 in 2019. Apart from the potential to increase the number of tourist visits, there are opportunities for Latin America and the Caribbean to cooperate in tourism sector development. There are capabilities to increase trade in tourism supporting products such as hotel furniture, handicraft between Indonesia and countries in the Caribbean. Meanwhile, countries with legacy of old civilizations such as Mexico and Peru have the potential to develop cooperation in protection and development of historical heritage tourism, as Indonesia also owned historical heritage sites throughout the country. Costa Rica and countries that have Amazon forest area have also the potential to develop ecotourism development cooperation with Indonesia. Next slide, please. In promoting closer economic cooperation, business from Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean still faces a major challenges. Some others are a low understanding of Latin America businesses about Indonesia and vice versa. There are a lack of information as well as understanding regarding businesses' potential, as well as regulation and procedures between the two regions. In this regard, the Indonesian government, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, will continue to increase awareness and bridge communication between the two regions through outreach programs such as today, as well facilitating business interaction. Second, another barrier relates to differences in language and business culture. Latin America generally use Spanish for daily communication, while Indonesian businesses have some fluency in English, thus creating the needs for translation and communication. The language differences may also hinder progress on business, considering that some licensing documents in several countries in Latin America and the Caribbean region must be submitted in the local language. In addition to language, the business community in Latin America and the Caribbean region may have different culture and custom with Indonesians. While we understand that personal relationship is important for Latin American business people, Indonesian tends to be shy, especially if the needs to use the foreign language arises. Third, another challenge faced in forging a closer cooperation is due to the low connectivity, especially the unavailability of direct flights from Indonesia to Latin America, make it difficult for business actors to interact. COVID-19 pandemic has also increased the price of shipping from Indonesia to Latin America. And fourth, imposition of tariff and non-tariff barriers on Indonesian products. The absence of trade agreement between Latin American countries and Indonesia has also resulted in imposition of relatively high tariff on Indonesian products, with a simple average range for all products ranging for 3.44% to 150%. In addition, various non-tariff barriers are still imposed on Indonesian products, including export-related barriers such as the imposition of export bans and quotas, pre-shipment inspection, quality control, technical barriers such as labeling and packaging requirement, and sanitary phytosanitary requirements. This will reduce the competitiveness of Indonesian products and limiting market access in Latin America. Next. So in promoting closer cooperation with Latin America and the Caribbean, Indonesia sees Panama as one of the major partners. Politically, Indonesia and Panama established diplomatic relations since 1979. It was then followed up by opening the Embassy of Panama in Jakarta in 1999 and Indonesia Embassy in Panama City in 2010, after previously oversaw by Indonesian Embassy in Mexico City. Indonesia and Panama has also established a regular bilateral political consultation, signed in 2015, with the first bilateral consultation held in 2019. Indonesia and Panama have also continuously promoting cooperation between the countries in various fields, namely maritime, fisheries, and education. Next, in terms of economic and trade cooperation, Panama is Indonesia's largest trading partner in Central America. The Indonesian Ministry of Foreign Affairs continuously encourages Indonesian businesses to utilize Panama's strategic geographical location, as well as its readiness as a hub to access Central and Latin American market, while at the same time, Panamanian businesses could also benefit from Indonesia's access to Southeast Asia market. Next slide. The trade performance between the two countries, however, continues to show decline in the past 3 years. The total trade is declining by 23.73% in 2019 and 3.51% in 2020. However, Panama recorded an increase in export to Indonesia in 2020 by 16% from $29.18 million in 2019 to $33.85 million in 2019. Main export from Indonesia to Panama is palm oil, footwear, vehicles, rubber, electrical machinery. Imported product from Panama to Indonesia is ships, iron and steel, raw hides and skins. Next, as I previously mentioned, that COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the importance of global cooperation in addressing pandemic, as well as in the efforts to recover economy. Following this momentum, the Indonesian MOVA will continue to forge closer partnership with Latin America and the Caribbean countries. Following up the successful organization of Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean Business Forum 2019 and 2020, Indonesia Ministry of Foreign Affairs will hold INALAC Business Forum 2020 in the third semester of this year. Next slide, please. This is to give you some background in 2019 about the INALAC Business Forum, or Latin America and the Indonesian, Latin America and the Caribbean Business Forum, in the effort to increase interaction between businesses in Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean. The first Indonesian, Latin America, and the Caribbean Business Forum was held in Jakarta in October 2019. The forum was attended by 270 participants from Indonesia and 18 countries with total transaction amount around $33.12 million. It was also announced in the forum that 5 billion investment from Brazil would be made for the duration 5 years in mining sector, as well as the signing MOU cooperation between Bangladesh, Colombia, and the Indonesian Export-Import Bank. And then also the launch book, Road to Latin America Market, which is published jointly published by Indonesian Export-Import Bank and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Next slide. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, INALAC Business Forum in 2020, last year, was held in hybrid form with a limited physical attendance in Jakarta. Business matching and transaction was made through INALAC digital platform that allows virtual exhibition of product, as well as facilitation business interaction through virtual meeting. So the INALAC digital platform in 2020 was officially launched by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic Indonesia. And then during the INALAC Business Forum 2020, has managed to generate around $85.38 million this total transaction, with 7 MOUs cooperation signing, as well as a joint issue stamp commemorating a 40 years diplomatic relation in Indonesia and Colombia. So that is the concrete the concrete result of the INALAC Business Forum last year. And the next slide is as I already mentioned before, for the time being, the INALAC digital platform recorded 7,301 users from 80 countries and 5,415 users are from Indonesia, while around 1,600 coming from countries in Indonesia and America and European. This slide shows that the INALAC digital platforms is very active. That is not a dormant digital platform, but it's actively facilitating interaction between Indonesian business people with Latin American business and the Caribbean business people. So as of today, Inalak Digital Platform has also has 454 registered exhibitors, which around 280 coming from Indonesia, while 166 coming from various countries in Latin America and the Caribbean countries such as Argentina, Mexico, Venezuela, etc. And exhibitors are also clustered into a different sectors such as agriculture, arts and handicraft, food and beverage, and etc. And then also listed in the slides are only some of the available cluster of sectors in the website. It's actually actually there are 37 sectors available. So, and Inalak Digital Platform also offers interactive communication between exhibitors and visitors. And during Inalak Business Forum, we will open virtual business matching session with a Spanish translation assistance. Next slide. As embodiment of our commitment to promote cooperation, to increase cooperation, interaction with partners from Latin America and the Caribbean, we will organize Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean Business Forum this year in 14 and 15 October 2021. This forum will be held in hybrid format, same as like last year, and following a format used under the theme of the Indonesian Latin American Caribbean relations, post-COVID-19 recovery and resilience. So next slide. There will be 3 main programs during the 2 days activities in this year forum, which are the launching of upgraded digital platform that will serve as one-stop search for trade, investment, and tourism in Indonesia, catered to partners in America and Europe. And then also we will have a panel discussion with panelists ranging from government officials, international organization representatives, and business persons from both Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean. And then also we are going to facilitate one-on-one virtual business meeting between registered exhibitors and participants. Next slide. So aside from the main programs, Indonesia, our Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia currently is also promoting the establishment of Latin America and the Caribbean Chambers of Commerce in Indonesia. In the second Inalak policy dialogue in December 2020, highlighted the importance of the establishment of Latin America and the Caribbean Chambers of Commerce in Indonesia, or LACCHAM. So the LACCHAM will serve as a non-profit business and investment association involved with the promotion and facilitation of trade and investment between Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean. The chamber will also act as a spokesperson for the business and professional community, as well as announces a prospective business opportunity. We are hoping that the establishment of the chambers will initiate and promote business and investment exchange for the benefits of Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean, as well as play a role as a champion for economic welfare in Latin America and the Caribbean countries, as well as in Indonesia. So we are currently in discussion as well as a close coordination with business people from Indonesia and Latin America in establishing this chamber, as well as securing support in establishment of the organization, these chambers in Jakarta. In this matter, we would like to invite Colon Chambers of Commerce as well as today's participants to take part and advantage from the upcoming LAC Chambers of Commerce in Indonesia. And also, we would like to invite the Colon Chambers of Commerce to take part in the Inalak Business Forum this year. So next slide. In the effort to develop and improving the existing digital platform, the Inalak Business Forum 2021 will also launch the new and upgraded digital platform called Ina Access. So from Inalak digital platform will be upgraded into Ina Access. So Ina Access will be comprised of integrated database of product showcase for registered exhibitors from both Indonesian and Latin America and the Caribbean, as well as Europe, integrated database of Indonesian investment project and tourism connection that will be divided into region cluster. So we would like also to invite business from Panama to participate both as exhibitors as well as participants in the 2021 Inalak Business Forum. We invite you to check out the digital platform and register as previously mentioned. Registered participants will be provided access to set up a virtual business meeting with other participant exhibitors. So we are planning to open the registration in Inalak by the end of this August this year, and we will disperse and details through Indonesian Embassy in Panama City. So this picture is in the slide is illustration of what digital platform look like. Next. So in this slide, we can see illustration from Ina Access digital platform that shows description on Indonesia competitiveness and advantage in trade, investment, and tourism. While the second picture shows the list of Indonesian tourism destination. Next slide. The Ina Access will also provide information on clean and clear investment projects in Indonesia for investors interested in doing business in Indonesia. Next slide. So lastly, Ina Access will also provide information on events and latest news regarding the two regions. So in this sense, you can, or the Indonesian Embassy in Panama City could add the information, news regarding the activities in Panama City. So next, that will be my presentation today. Thank you very much, and looking forward to see you in Inalak Business Forum 2021 on October 14 and 15. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
For your presentation. Hopefully with this presentation that there will be more entrepreneurs, there will be more companies in Panama and also in Indonesia will join the Inalak Business Forum next October. And now allow me to invite Mr. Josimar Ortiz, the Executive Director of Chamber of Commerce of Cologne, to give his presentation.
Thank you very much, Puji. Thank you, everyone who's here connected today. Let me go ahead and if I could please be available to share the screen. Still waiting for the availability.
In a minute.
See? No, I'm trying to. Okay. Maybe because I'm co-host, right?
Well, in the meanwhile, as we wait to have access to share the screen, let me go ahead and start with a little bit of information about our chamber and a little bit of our history so you can understand where we come from. As the Chamber of Commerce, the Great Cologne Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Cologne was founded in 1911 when the Republic was just 8 years old. It was founded by an entrepreneur, Mr. William Andrews, a British entrepreneur established in the city of Cologne when Panama was still part of the Great Colombia. And he used to preside the leadership of William Andrews' company, a company that is still active as of today. And at the time, they used to do technical examinations of ships and cargo. At the same time, this company also represented in Panama the insurance company Lloyd's of London back then. Due to the fact that at the time there was a lack of progress and organization within the country while transitioning after being part of the Great Colombia, William Andrews decided to organize a group of entrepreneurs and create an organization that could face all the challenges at the time, and the chamber was created. Since its creation, it had a positive impact in the economic development of Colón, and to keep that dynamic position on November the 12th, 1912, Robert Wilcox and other members of the chamber went ahead and got together with Mr. President Belisario Porras at the time, and they established in Colón a system of storage and deposit for merchandise that could travel through the Isthmus of Panama. Many years later, the idea was thriving and increasing, and we can see as of today, and we are proud to say that since 1948, the chamber was part of the creation of the Colón Free Zone to expand the storage, deposit, and re-export of merchandise and goods and the operations in the entire region. Let's go ahead and see. They tell me that we're able now to share the screen. So let's go ahead and. Okay, now that we have our screen on, go ahead. Perfect. Just to give you a little bit more of our vision and mission as a Chamber of Commerce, of course, we're here to promote the commercial, agricultural, and industrial and tourist development of the province of Colón through an institutional structure that meets the needs of the associates and also defends the interests of the sectors that it represents. Doing business in Panama, just to give you a little bit of perspective of where we're at. Our gross domestic product, or GDP, in 2019 was 66 billion. Due to the pandemic, there was a 17% more or less contraction, which gave us a GDP of 52.94 billion. Or real GDP per capita, according to the gross GDP in general, in 2019 was 31,000, and in 2020, due to the economic contraction that we all experienced, it became to be 12,373. Our GDP composition mainly is 2.4 agriculture, industry 15.7, and services 82%. Mostly these numbers, to be accurate, are going to be more associated and related to 2019, since in 2020 we're still gathering more information on how we did. To put you into perspective and the benefits of doing business with Panama as a whole, our logistic infrastructure is composed of ports, a railway, and also the Panama Canal route. I can say that in Panama, it's mainly the only place in the world where you can be in 45 minutes in the Atlantic and also in the Pacific, which give us a very advantageous or competitive advantage. 6% of the entire global cargo passes through this logistic infrastructure. And since 2020 and 2019, a commercial movement was about $14 billion. Most of the ports that are located in Colón is CPT, which is operated by Shanghai Borges Group, a Chinese company. Also CCT, which is operated by Evergreen. We also have MIT, Manzanillo International Terminal. We have a cruise port, which is Colón 2000. Also, there's another one in construction, which is Colón 2000 Duty Free. And we have also Cristobal ports, which are managed by Hutchinson Port. Just to give you into perspective, of course, one of the ports, MIT, mainly most of the things that they make, is the operation and transaction with containers, ro-ro cargo, which is car, heavy equipment, break bulk, CEM and REM, which is maintenance and repair, and of course, anything that has to do with added value in the logistics sector, and also break bulk operations. To get a little bit more in depth within the industries of Colón, Colón and its industry is mainly composed tourism. It has a lot of forts back then from the 16th century, which carry us through the entire history of Panama. Also, the Panama Canal, where 52% up to 60% of the Panama Canal is located in the territory of Colón. One of the things that we are very interested in expanding and exploding as a country is the tourism of shopping. As for right now, there is an ongoing investment of $50 million on a cruise ship, which is managed by Colón Duty Free. And what we want to bring with that is that we can bring a different shopping experience for Panamanian and tourist passengers. Also provide incentive with the private investors and with the government go ahead and increase productivity in the tourism sector. Other main industries in Colón, we have also natural gas, which is operated by IS Panama. Another one is aquaponics, which is operated by Open Blue, which is an innovative way of fish farming. And also there is the mining industry in the city of Colón with First Quantum Minerals, which is a company that is Canadian based. And the main commodity is copper. And of course, how can we go ahead and expand our businesses, in this case, from Indonesia to Panama to Latin American markets? Mainly, one of the solutions for this is the contribution to the expansion of the world trade, and this can be made with a Colón Free Zone. As for right now, the Colón Free Zone has more than 1,500 established businesses. Of course, due to the pandemic, there has been a lot of reduction and also joint ventures, and it generates as of today between 15 to 20,000 direct jobs. Before the pandemic, it used to do almost 30,000 jobs, which is a lot for the province of Colón. Mainly, you will find a tax-free business environment with 0% tax of re-exports on goods, 0% tax on import goods, and 0% on invoice taxes. The reasons to invest in the Colón Free Zone is because you have a privileged geographical position that we already saw, and exempt from payment of all taxes, contributions, and rates. The dollar, of course, is a main currency, and the solid banking infrastructure that President Gilberto Mena also mentioned. 5 container terminals, multinational cargo enterprises that offer services in less than 24 hours, intellectual property office, and also an anti-money laundering office. In order to set up your business operations in the Colón Free Zone, there are certain payments that you need to make in advance. For example, the operative cost of the user of the company, the operative cost for represented companies, which is also a good type of business, operative cost for rental lots, and also operative cost for rental lots tariff. And this is because you will ask yourself, if I have all these incentives, which are the initial payments that I have to make, and then these are part of those initial payments that you have to make to establish in the Colón Free Zone. Requirements. According to the law of 1948, societies or companies that operate in the Colón Free Zone must comply with the following documentary of proof: banking and commercial references, hire a minimum of 5 Panamanian workers, re-export a minimum of 60% of imported goods, rental payment to be made within the first 5 days of each month, tax clearance, certificate of good standing, current public register certificate, report all commercial transactions to the administration of the Colón Free Zone, and also companies must comply to provide the information to the financial analysis unit in all payments reported made than 10,000. Actually, there has been currently an actualization on that data, which could be provided to all of you later. Most of the activities that are allowed, of course, imported, storage, exhibition, repacking, unpacking, split shipments, packing, reloading, packaging, label, and blend mix. Other activities, of course, rental property, business property construction, construction of logistical infrastructure, and nonetheless also 3PL and 5PL logistics, which is really important. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and provide you with a clip of the Cologne free zone. Just go ahead and make sure that we can share the sound and optimize the video. I do know that time is of the essence, and I just want to go ahead and provide you with just some closing remarks on my presentation. I know it was a really quick presentation, but I will provide you all the information as well, and also to the Indonesian embassy so that you guys can have it. But I do believe that we need to increase our connectivity, also making trade agreements and understand how we do business in order to be more competitive, and also to Panama to have access to the Indonesian market and vice versa. I do believe that this collaboration can help both nations to thrive through this difficult situation that we're going through. And also with the experience that Indonesia has in the tourism sector, which is an area that we want to go ahead and use more, take more of our advantage, with the possibility of having in Colón 3 cruise ships at the same time in one day with more than 12,000 potential passengers. I do believe that we also would like the expertise and all the knowledge that you guys have to offer. With Colón as a strategic partner for Indonesia, I do believe that we can do a lot of work together, creating jobs, creating different business opportunities that will definitely go ahead and increase both nations' productivity. With that, thank you very much for having us. And it is an honor in our 110 years of the Chamber of Commerce that the Indonesian embassy has allowed us to go ahead and promote Colón as a hub for Latin America and the Caribbean. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Josimar Ortiz. And again, I would like to say Feliz Aniversario for Chamber of Commerce of Colón. Hope in the future that we can have more cooperation, we can have a wider cooperation between Indonesia and Colón. It's like win-win situation, as you say, win-win cooperation. And as you mentioned on your presentation, that Colón is not only a hub for logistics, not only a hub for trade cooperation, but also will be a hub of tourism with the shipping and with the cruise company that will pass by Colón, and hopefully in the future that Indonesian handicraft will be also present in Cologne to fill your duty-free store in Cologne. And now we would like to invite Ibu Yuyun or Miss Yuyun, the Indonesian export from the Indonesian Export Company Association branch of Yogyakarta. Ibu Yuyun, I think you can give more wider perspective about Indonesia, about how's the industry in Indonesia, especially the craft, because we know that Yogyakarta is very famous with its craft industry, and maybe in the future we can have cooperation between Yogyakarta especially and the Cologne. For Ibu Yuyun, we invite you to give your presentation.
Thank you, Ibu Puji. Yes, Excellency, the Ambassador of Indonesia in Panama, Mr. Sukmo Harsono, Mr. Gilberto Mena, the President CCI of Cologne, Mr. Daryanto Harsono, Director of Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia, Mr. Josimar Cortis, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry of Cologne. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning in Panama and good evening for all of you in Indonesia. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the Ambassador of Indonesia to invite me to be able for this forum. And secondly, thank you very much for all of you to join in this forum. I hope that this forum will be strengthened between Indonesia and Panama. In this opportunity, I would like to presentation about the industry and business in Indonesia. Let me share first the presentation. Yes. Can you share screen to me, Ibu Puji? Okay, sorry. Okay. Allow me to presentation about the current trade and industry in Indonesia and business opportunity among Indonesia and Panama. Well, Indonesian export 2019 until 2020, Indonesian economic growth declined by -2.07 due to the pandemic COVID-19. I think most countries will be declined due to the pandemic. But in 2020, Indonesian export had surplus 5.5 billion USD. During the pandemic, basically, Indonesian export are increasing. In 2021, Indonesian export has surplus around 11.86 billion. For economic performance in 2021, the second quarter grew by 3.31%, and the second quarter grew by 7%. This growth allowed Indonesia to get out the recession zone that occurred in the previous year. Pandemic into digital business. Since 2020 pandemic, there has been shift in transaction from offline to online. Indonesian Central Bank notes that in 2020, e-commerce transaction reached 253 trillion, an increase compared to 2019, which was 204.5 trillion. This is estimated that the growth will increase by 30%. The e-commerce business in Indonesia is increasingly promising in the midst of the pandemic. Currently, there are many marketplace platforms for export, and Indonesian business people, small medium enterprise, very active to business in the marketplace platform, including for export. Traditional market into non-traditional market. Traditional market export Indonesia are USA, Europe, Japan, Singapore, recently to China. Now Indonesia is developing non-traditional market to Africa, Middle East, and Latin America, of course, including Panama. Indonesian industry development. Indonesia has become the largest manufacturing industry based in Asia with a contribution of 20.27% in the national scale economy. The development of the manufacturing Indonesia is currently able to shift the role of community-based to manufacturing basis. In 2020, Indonesian manufacturing industry has been hurt by the pandemic. However, in the fourth quarter of 2020, there were several industry subsectors that experienced positive growth, such as metal, chemical, pharmaceutical, drug industry, food, and beverage. But in 2021, many sector industry grow positively annual basis in the chemical, pharmacy, traditional medicine, followed by furniture, industry, metal, rubber and plastic goods, machinery, equipment, food and beverage. What the potential export product from Indonesia to Panama? Footwear. Indonesia is including the top 4 footwear producer after China, India, and Vietnam. With the production of 1.41 billion pair of shoes in 2018, Indonesia contribute about 4.6% of the total wood shoes production. This is the last number. Currently, the number of footwear industry in Indonesia is recording at 18,687 business units, which include small-scale business unit, medium-scale business unit, and large-scale business unit. The EU is still the largest market for national footwear export with a share of 30%, followed by the Americas, such as Mexico and Canada. And hopefully, Panama or Colon coming soon with our market, new market for the footwear. The other product from Indonesia, furniture and home decoration. Indonesian furniture and handicraft export recorded positive performance in the midst of the global pandemic. This is surprised us because during the pandemic, the export number for the furniture and handicraft increasing around 50%. Yes, the market, the most market our product is in USA. There are some changing of lifestyle due to many people in the world work from home. So they want to change all the decoration of house to be new, and so they will feel comfort to work from home. That's why our furniture and home decor are increasing until more than 50%. The US still the largest furniture export destination country, contributing 50.2%, followed by Japan, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, Australia, and England. Sport equipment. The export potential of sport equipment such as jersey and sport shoes is very high in Indonesia. There are currently many SME that produce jersey and sport shoes. In Yogyakarta, so many jersey producers, also in Bandung. Based on data, our export for the sport equipment, you can see in the data that we are always increasing, and 70% golf glove in the world from Indonesia and 60% from Yogyakarta. So hopefully Panama will import golf glove from Yogyakarta. Now, after the pandemic, one of the favorite spot also golf, because golf in the open state, so safe from the coronavirus. And other product that during the pandemic, the export number are increasing: body care and spa product. In Indonesia, we have so many products, spa and traditional cosmetic for the famous brand, just like Sari Ayu, Mustika Ratu, and following Wardah. But at the moment, so many products from small medium enterprise product, the herbal cosmetic, traditional cosmetic. And Indonesia has comparative advantage for this industry compared to country producing herbal and cosmetic product from other natural ingredients such as China, Malaysia, and Thailand. Indonesia has the potential of medical plant to grow in various regions to around 30,000 species and 40,000 species of the medical plant in the woods. How about the export, Indonesian export to Latin America and the Caribbean? In 2019, in the Latin America and Caribbean region, had an export potential around 944.5 billion USD, while Indonesian export to American Latin were only 3.8 USD billion. In January 2020, Indonesia experienced trade balance deficit. The region total import and Indonesia position is still below Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Singapore. Just let you know that Indonesia has problem for the logistic, so difficult for exporter to send the product to the country destination due to lack of the container and ship. Indonesia main export commodity to the region 2020 are vehicle and their parts, part food and vegetable fats, oil, rubber and rubber goods, footwear, paper and paper product. The main export destination for Indonesia, the region are Mexico, Brazil, Peru, Argentina, and Haiti, and hopefully also Colombia and Panama. Indonesia export to Panama. The trade balance between Indonesia and Panama experienced downward trend 5.43% for the last 5 years. Currently, Indonesia export they are dominant by palm products, shoes, vehicle, and tires. Panama total import from Indonesia are still quite small, which is less than 1%. The country is total import. The product with good export growth are frozen fish, textile, cigarette, processed food, and furniture. The two countries, Panama and Indonesia, are not yet having a formal economic cooperation and will try to look for the opportunity to start the negotiation regarding that matter. Some of the Panama businessmen are already connecting through INALAC Business Forum initiated by Indonesia early this year. Mr. Daryanto has been explained about this. Panama is not member of Mercosur, but it is one of the big hubs to enter Mercosur area through Panama Canal and Colon Free Trade Zone. Regarding the cooperation, the following are some sectors that can also be explored for cooperation. First, the healthy industry, pharmacy, cosmetic, furniture, home decor and handicraft, food and beverage industry, logistic industry, leather, charcoal, cigar, export development process fish, and other products. Thank you very much. And now allow me to presentation about the picture of the product, Indonesian product that potential to export to Panama. And also in this evening, in this morning, I invite also all the people, all the producer of this product that in the presentation. So all of you feel free to contact them after discussion this forum. This is footwear. We have so many products for footwear, and Nike also products in Indonesia. This is the example of jersey. We have so many jersey in Yogyakarta, also in other city. Golf club, the biggest industry in Indonesia is in Yogyakarta. Just I tell you before, 70% the gold club in the world from Indonesia and 60% from Yogyakarta. And this is the body care, many herbal product. And this is the gallery of the furniture and handicraft. So many beautiful product here. This is cigarette. This cigar produced in Yogyakarta, and the factory already has been 100 years funded from the Dutch company at the moment. And you can order special cigar from Yogyakarta with your name. This is the special from Jogja. And we export charcoal to many countries, even to Brazil, your neighbor. And hopefully coming soon, we can export to Colon. Charcoal in Indonesia is a good quality, but of course we have a problem in logistics at the moment. Even last year, we have a problem to send the charcoal to Brazil. And this is one of the picture, the tiny product from Yogyakarta, PT Budi Makmur. This is the biggest manufacturer leather in Yogyakarta. And this company already export for 40 years to many countries, especially to Italy and other European countries. And this is also the fashion product from Yogyakarta and surrounding. Okay, that's all the sum of product, because I just have 10 minutes. I think this more than 10 minutes. Hopefully that's our product will capture you, and soon we have a good cooperation in business between Indonesia and Panama. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Yuyun, for your presentation. Well, that's amazing. Very nice product from Indonesia that maybe could enter Panamanian market and also Latin American market, because Panama is a hub for Latin American market. And now we will enter to the discussion and also presentation from some of company which will inform all of you about their product. They will present you their product, so everybody could know the potential of Indonesian product. And also we will later also invite a Panamanian company to have a discussion with us, and also to explore the cooperation between Indonesia and Panama. For the first session, allow me to invite from PT Incorbola Pacific. It's a production of ball in Indonesia, because you know that we are now in a pandemic situation and we need to do more exercise. So we will invite from Incorbola Pacific, maybe Pak Dewa or Mr. Thomas will share, will speak in this webinar.
Good morning, Ibu Yuyun. It will be represented by me with Aris.
Good morning. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello. Okay, thank you very much, Bu Yuyun, for the time that given to us. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the Excellency Ambassador of Republic Indonesia in Panama, Bapak Sukmo Harsono, and the president, the distinguished president of the Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry on Cologne, Mr. Gilberto Mena, Excellency, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture and Industry of Cologne, Josimar Ortes, distinguished guests and participants, good morning to you and good evening all to us in Indonesia. Firstly, would you please share the screen, please? Ibu Yuyun?
You can share yourself.
Sorry,
The fact
sorry.
is not
I mean Ibu Puji ya.
Yeah, Bu Puji, not me.
Bu Puji ya. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Bu Yuyun.
Yeah.
Okay, to short the time, I would like to give the brief presentation about our company. Our company name is PT Incorbola Pacific. It established since 1992. So it's been about 29 years until now. The president of director, Mr. Andrew Putra Adikusumo, and our director is also in here, Bapak Thomas Marsuharto. We have our own brand, call it ProTeam. We have a license to make the Japanese brand, it called Tachikara. We have 9 managers and 21 staff, about 100 employee and 400 stitchcraftmen. We have no labor charge. So our main product actually is lamination, soccer ball, volleyball, basketball, futsal, American football, netball, and also we have a hand stitch. That's why we have about 100 stitchcraftmen in our neighbors in the near the company. We have 2 offices. We have 2 branch office in Surabaya and Jakarta, in Jakarta City. While our factory in Pasuruan, East Java, the location it's a between Surabaya to Malang. So we have about 20,000 meters square. The product and the company, we have some certifications from ISO 90, from ISO 9001, ISO 14001. We have the certificates of National Indonesian too for the balls. How about for the production capacity? For the normal situation, our production capacity about 2,400,000 pieces per year. So approx about 200 pieces per month. While the balls itself, we use some materials from regular PVC leather, soft PVC leather, and the shiny. We also use the Japan polyurethane and also natural rubber composite. The other material from the balls is thread. We use nylon and polyester. The backing clothes, we have a cotton fabric and polyester, while the bladder itself, the important bladder, we use 100% butyl bladder. How about the market? Right now, for the total production, for the market, domestic, we have 75%, while for the export, we have 25%. We have exported to United States of America, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Norway, German, Turkey, while in Asia, we have Singapore, Malaysia, and Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea, and South Korea. In the Middle East, we have customer in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Egypt, South Africa, Nigeria, and Sudan. Our company also give the sponsor and support to some the competition, national competition and international competition. The big sponsor that we given and support still now is a DBL, Developmental Basketball League. We have been support them from 2005, and our balls pro team be the official game for that competition. Okay, we jump to the slide number 7, maybe, Bu Puji. This is some of the pictures from DBL Developmental Basketball League. We support the young people from the elementary school until the high school since 2005 until now. And then for the product itself, we have various balls from basketball, soccer, volley, futsal, American basketball, American football, and rugby. And then the other that mentioned it before, we have license to make and to sell the Japanese balls. The brand is Tachikara. This is some of the balls variant. We also sell some sport equipment from the badminton racket, net badminton, and the shuttlecock, as you can see from the picture. We also have the sport equipment for the Wushu uniform, Tai Chi. We also support this competition, Wushu and Tai Chi. So we have a big hope, big wish that our balls, our products also can have a market share in Panama. So thank you very much. I will give the time to Bu Puji. Thank you, Bu Puji.
Thank you very much, Ms. Aristanti from Incorpola Pacific. That's a very, very good product from Indonesia that could be entered to Panamanian market maybe, and we'll try our best to promote this product in Panama. Because, as you know, that we will also participate in some virtual exhibition next October. On the 4th to 15th of October here in Panama, and Pro Team will Incorpola Pacific will also participate in this virtual exhibition. Hopefully, we can get some buyer from Panama. And now, allow me to invite Ms. Maribel Ambulo. Ms. Maribel Ambulo is importer of Indonesian product, especially furniture and craft. Maybe Miss Maribel Ambulo could give some view and wider perspective about how's doing business with Indonesia, and what do you think also about the Indonesian product that already presented by Miss Yuyun during her presentation. This Mr. Maribel. Sorry, Miss Maribel.
Ibu Maribel for you.
Ibu, okay.
Ibu Maribel. Selamat pagi, selamat malam, good night, or good morning, Excellency Harsono, special guests from Panama, Latin America, and Indonesia. It's an honor for me to be invited to give my testimony about my experience regarding to my import procedures with Indonesia, especially of furniture, home decoration, craft, unique craft. For me, they are art pieces, clothing, also footwear, especially sandals. I only have positive words regarding to Indonesian people and professionalism. I had successful operation through the 8 different times I visited your country. I already know Jakarta, Java, Jepara, Solo, Lombok, a few days of Gili Travangan on all the islands, also for vacation and tourism. And for me, from the moment of the arrival in the airport to the visit and search of the right product and suppliers, it had been 100% positive. The formalities also to enable the loading of my different containers and the transportation to Panama, the way that you follow up and you take care of me as a client, as a friend, and sometimes I feel like also as family. The Indonesian people, for me, I swear that they are honest. They are very professional. Whatever you see, whatever you choose, the item is whatever you got back in your country. They build sustainable relationship, and even after 3 months or after a year, they still chat you and ask you how the business is going. I can also confirm what Ibu Jujum just presented. The quality of the craft of the product is a high standard. The craft, the art. I can see also a huge opportunity of business with Latin America regarding to the production, the rice production techniques that you have in Bali. We have a big consumption of rice in this side of the world. So maybe you can share and do that, something with that. Tourism, there are a lot of opportunities about health tourism. I love the products, spa products, especially, I work Mustika, Ratu products. They're huge, they're nice. And also the makeup, Purbasari is a special high quality that I recommend a lot. We have been talking in the embassy with Ibu Fuji about the opportunity of making cooperation between Panama designers and the production of your fabric, because you're very good on the batik and also the production of the fabric. So we can do like an alliance, a cooperation, doing Panamanian designs with your fabric could be great. We can do nice things in fashion. We're working on that. I really can talk for hours about Indonesia, but we only have a few minutes. And for me, it was special to confirm the quality, the responsibility, the honesty, the way that the sincere smile that Indonesian people have for people that travel there. You make me feel at home. And I always want to go back to do business with people that I trust, and they give me an excellent service. So if we want to talk a little bit more about Indonesia and my experience, you can just go back to Mr. Fuji, and I sincerely would share more words with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Terima kasih, Ibu Maribel, for your testimony. Maybe later Bu Yuyun could give also some how's your opinion about our project with Miss Maribel Ambulo, and what could we work together between GPAI or Exporter Association of Yogyakarta with all the entrepreneurs in Panama here. But before we go back to Ibu Yuyun, we will invite first Ms. Alison. Ms. Alison is an importer of layang-layang, or in Spanish we say cometas. She import the product from Bali, and maybe Ms. Alison could give more information about how's your experience of doing business with Indonesian, and also how's your opinion about the Indonesian product. Please, Ms. Alison.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Harsono and the Indonesian Embassy in Panama for this invitation. I feel very honored to be considered in this business forum. Actually, my business, Kupu Kupu Intuitive Art, is a small commercial entrepreneurship that originated during the pandemic. I had the privilege of visiting beautiful Bali in July 2019, and fell in love with the artwork, with the handcrafts, and saw a huge potential of products that we could bring to Panama. Later on during the pandemic, as I was listening to Martin Bell, I had an excellent experience with the Balinese people and made good friendships in Bali. During the pandemic, we kept in touch with my good friend in Bali and began this commercial entrepreneurship, and decided to bring to Colon 100 Balinese kites. And since then, despite all the limitations of the pandemic, we have been introducing the kites in Colon and in Panama City, and I would like to thank you for your support with this endeavor.
Thank you, Ms. Alison. And now I will invite again Ibu Yuyun. Ibu Yuyun, what do you think? If we could have some more cooperation with Panama to sell our Indonesian craft, especially in Colon and in the other part of Panama here, since Panama is also very famous with its tourism destination. We saw here, there's yesterday we already made a contact with 3 hotels here in Panama, which import a lot of furniture from Bali. Their plan is to make a little Bali in Panama or in Central America. So maybe this we could have more cooperation, not only with Bali, because Bali is very famous here, but maybe in the future we can invite Yogyakarta to come here, the presence of Yogyakarta in Panama. If you have any comment about that.
Yeah, of course, I see a huge potential for healing retreats in Panama, similar to those that you organize internationally in Bali, and the products that you sell that are handmade in wood would go along this line. And as you said, we're seeing 3 hotels in Panama with Bali themes. So I think there is a good opportunity for handcrafts and Balinese products, either in Colon and all throughout the Republic of Panama.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Alison. That's also a great idea about the healing retreat. I think Yogyakarta has also some place for healing retreat like this. Like, Bu Yuyun maybe have some information about this. Please, Bu Yuyun.
Yeah, thank you, Ibu Puji. Well, I just many idea after Ibu Maribel, after Mr. Josimar presentation about the Panama. Well, please be note at the moment, the pandemic in Indonesia still high number. So we have to be creative how to strengthen the business among Indonesia, Yogyakarta, and Panama. My purpose is that we continue with the other meeting, B2B for each sector, for example, with Panama. So we'll be focused, and then after that we can see the potential export and import, and the possibility also we can import from Panama, Ibu Puji, because talk about export, we have to talk about the logistic, and at the moment, so difficult export to Indonesia to get container and also the ship. So it is better that we have a balance. When we send the product, we can also import the product, so the logistics will be balanced. For example, at the moment, we move to the sea freight to send some product, and if possible, we can rent the plane. So after back from the destination, we can bring some product from them. So this is one of the opportunity between Yogyakarta and Panama, between Indonesia and Panama. And during the COVID-19 pandemic also, we have to have like exhibition by virtual, so we can wait when the pandemic will finish. So we do a small exhibition by virtual for each sector or some sector together, and even we can show some performance of the culture from Yogyakarta and other cities. So the business meeting, the business forum meeting will be more attractive, and then easier for us to get linked, to get a feeling of the business. That's some of my idea. And Ibu Puji, in this opportunity, I invite some producer of furniture, please, from home decor, from the Himki Solo, also Yogyakarta. If you want to speak to Mrs. Maribel or from the Chamber of Commerce in Panama, please, you raise hand, because I presentation your product, only some of your product, because the time is not allowed too long. So I invite from of you from Himki. Is there from Himki Solo or from Home Decor? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. From PT Budi Makmur, I invite you. Please, you introduce your company, because your company very big for the leather industry. Ibu Ratna, can you present your? Otherwise, from Wood Deco, Pak, are you there? Can you show your product, or you can ask about the potential market in Panama? Please, time of you. For you.
Yes, Wodeco also already participate in our virtual exhibition last March. So we will invite Wodeco, please.
5 menit, 3 menit ya Pak ya, gantian.
Terima kasih Bu, selamat malam. Hello everybody, good morning. We are Wodeco Indonesia, based in Yogyakarta. We produce wood cladding, wood panel, wooden jewelry box, wood carving, and also home decoration from natural material, fiber, and water hyacinth. We're looking potential buyers from Panama, so please contact us at www.wooddeco.id and www.chickbag.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much from Wodeco.
Yeah. Next, I would like to invite from PT Budi Makmur from Yogyakarta, Ibu Ratna Sekar. Actually, Ibu Ratna Sekar already prepared some presentation, but I just have 10 minutes. So Ibu Ratna. Okay. Okay, I would like to ask for some importer from Panama, Ibu Puji. For Mrs. Maribel, do you have a problem for the logistic for the shipment from Indonesia to Panama during the pandemic, Ibu?
I had not been using during the pandemic. I have been working with my suppliers to build a new catalog in order to contact my new clients and offer whatever they had been producing during this time. So I was waiting for you to open the country, and maybe on January I can go back, travel, and work on the production of another line of clothing, and charging and loading a container with all the pieces that that I had been offering, and I already had them by my clients.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms.
But I work with
Maribel.
Nusa Cargo. I work with Nusa Cargo in Bali. They bring all the stuff that I used to buy in Jepara, and then compile everything in Bali and then send it to Panama. But for me, every time had been very easy and no problem at all. No problem. In 8 weeks, I have all my stuff here, my container properly packed and in an excellent way.
No.
Okay.
Hopefully it will continue like this before the COVID. Yes, Bu Maribel. And talking about logistic, Bu Yuyun, we also have a company from Panama, a logistic company called Farmazona. So I will invite Ms. Zarita from Farmazona that maybe could give your presentation and your view about how or what should be done to increase our cooperation between Indonesia and Panama. Please, Ms. Zarita.
Hi, Budi, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Ms. Zarita.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity. And yes, after hear all about the business that we are developing between Indonesia and Panama, I am completely sure that we will strengthen business relationship between us. We have an unlimited possibilities to grow together. As Farmazona, as a logistic company, we are giving support for all the companies in Panama and also from Indonesia as a platform to be a kind of bridge and put together the capacity of production and also all the markets to be able to receive those products. Year today, Farmazona, as a logistic company, as a logistic provider, are giving to the market several options of service, like regional distribution, like warehousing services, kitting, assembling, inkjet printing, and also we are helping to all our customers for the market authorization as intermediaries, distributors, and also with the outsourcing services. For example, for the future, if some company from Indonesia want to use Panama as a hub, and that is actually what we're discussing here, we give them all the support to develop that chain between their factories in Indonesia until Panama, and then help them to open markets through all Central America, using our knowledge and all our networking that we have here today. And yes, I know that our name sounds like pharmaceutical products, but actually our knowledge is not limited of that. We are open to give to our customer all kind of advisors focus on logistics and all the possible solutions. And for example, here today, some of our customers and some customers from Indonesia that I already have some meetings, we are helping them to know the possibilities and also capabilities that we can develop together in order to put their products in Latin American markets. Because at the end, Panama, it's only a connection point from all of you guys to the Latin American markets and help to make that possible. We know that year to day, the situation between the shipping lines and our countries is a little bit complicated for the high price of the ocean freights, and that is affecting all the commerce between us. But as a Panama and Colombo-Free Zone area, we are giving a solution to put your products and hand in front of your customers in order to increase your presence in the market and also increase your sales. And I think that that will be a key point and what we are looking for. So I am here to answer any of your questions in base of logistics and how can we help you to develop that supply chain solutions from Panama to Latin American market.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rita, for your brief presentation about the idea of putting some Indonesian product here in Panama, especially in Colón, and spread it to Latin American country.
Yes. Fuji, it is possible. I know that you have already our presentation for the whole capabilities that we have. But if somebody wants to have access to that presentation or have some meetings in a part, I am open to attend them directly. It doesn't matter the time because we have a difference of time here today. But I'm open to give you all the information required and help you to develop your hub as a distribution point from Panama to all the markets in Central America and Caribbean too.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Rita. Hopefully that on the next business meeting or B2B business meeting between Indonesia and Panama, you can join again and give your view about how or what we can do to promote Indonesia here in Panama, and also to connect more Indonesia with Panama. And while Ms. Yuyun talking about how to promote Indonesia by making some mini virtual exhibition of Indonesia here, and also to bring Indonesian culture, especially Yogyakarta's culture, to Panama, it's come to my mind about one colleague here in Panama, Mr. Kundan, who always be my good friend, and sharing the idea of how to promote Asian culture here in Panama. Maybe Mr. Kundan, you can give us a little bit your experience and also your idea on how to promote Indonesia and also Asia in Panama and in Latin America. Please, Mr. Kundan.
Thank you. Thank you, Puji. Thank you so much. And my very esteemed regard to Ambassador Harsono. Again, I'm very humbled, very honored to be a part of this great, beautiful forum where Indonesia, though very silently, but very aggressively, is promoting to LAC region. I speak Spanish, and as you know that I have been here in Panama for last 2 years, and but very actively promoting India, okay, and Southeast Asia per se into the Latin American region. Right now I'm stationed in Panama, and again I feel very humbled to be very well connected, promoting a part of Southeast Asia at large and Indonesia in specific into Panama and Central American region. Puji has been very kind, and the team of the esteemed Honorable Embassy here has been very receptive to the idea, more than supportive. I will use the word receptive to the idea of promoting Indonesia and Asia at large into Central America. I'm open to all the suggestion, right? All the ideas and all the thoughts. I represent a company called INLACE, that is INLACE. It stands for basically India, Southeast Asia, Latin American and Caribbean, and Hispania. INLACE also means enlazar, right? That is to link or to bond in Spanish, enlace. So the root word of enlace, I change it with E and I put it I because I am from India, therefore it is India. Having said that, there could be a humongous possibility of promoting into mainly of letting the Central American people know that what exactly Asian represents, the values, the culture, the moral, the ethics, our epic, our great cultural heritage. This will enhance people to people contact. I always believe, and Miss Pooji knows it very well. And I also shared my thoughts and my opinion and views with Honorable Ambassador Harsono in one of our meetings that trade will come and go. Trade will keep on happening, but we have to enhance people to people contact. Yes, during last 18 months, no denying the fact that, pandemic has taken a big toll on our travel, no, but virtually, we are more and more linked with people whom we want to talk. We can always talk. Earlier, the visit, because of the expenses, because of the travel, because of the high freight rate, because of the high flights rate, air tickets, it was not possible to bond with people. But last 18 months, the bonding has been fantastic, beautiful. Right. So we must take due advantage of this, knowing of each other, exploring new opportunities, and take here the relationship forward. I again very humbly express my gratitude to Ms. Pooji, to Ambassador, right, to take me on this forum. And I'm open to any kinds of thoughts and ideas to connect with not only to amigos y amigas, compañeros y colegas panameños aquí en Panamá, sin embargo, conectar con los amigos indonesios. Thank you again. My gratitude. Thank you, Pooji. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Mr. Kundan, for sharing your idea here in this webinar. Well, actually, our connect with Mr. Kundan is begin with the Indian film, like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai and all the Indian film, because I already saw some Indian film here in Panama's TV station, and we already have also a discussion with Mr. Kundan. If India could bring their film here in Panama, why not Indonesia? We also have a very beautiful film in Indonesia. And why don't we try, like in Yogyakarta, we have a Yogyakarta Film Festival, right, Yun? Maybe someday we can invite Yogyakarta Film Festival to come to Panama, to Latin America, and to connect the people between Panamanian people or Latin America with Indonesia. And now,
let me quickly add, Pooji, here one information. Good that you bounce on that particular opportunity and possibility from Indonesia. As you know very well, that I have a company registered in Colombia called Filmica Colombia, where we are promoting Indian film industry into Colombia and Latin America. And I would like to connect Indonesian film industry in Filmica Colombia. And very soon we are going to have Filmica Panama. So Indonesian film industry to be promoted from Filmica Panama and Filmica Colombia. Thank you very much for sharing this information on this forum, Pooji. Thank you again.
Thank you again, Mr. Kundan, for your idea with Filmica later. Maybe you will give some on that.
Mr. Gondang, please come to Yogyakarta. In Yogyakarta, we have studio for the to make a film. Also, we are very active in the digital films, just like animation film. And also, I'm active in association film in Yogyakarta. So very welcome to cooperation, and I can connecting you with the association of film in Indonesia.
Madam, thank you, Madam Yuyun. I look forward to meet you in person in Indonesia. Thank you very much. I'm very, very gratified. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kundan. We already have something to follow up, at least in this webinar.
Definitely. Thank you again.
Good, yeah. Ibu Puji, you unmute. Is there from Yogyakarta or from Solo? If you want to asking to potential company from Panama, please welcome and raise hand. Ibu Puji sepertinya ke-mute, Bu. Ya, ya. Connecting. Mr. Gondang, one day we will invite you to give some just like training or just speaker in the class of the film here, because at the moment we are very active to have a class about the film, about the acting, about the everything about the film, and you will be one of the speaker later.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I have been a part of I've been a part of the documentary, and I'm one of the director of the theater industry, theater from India, not this film, but theater. So I can also share my thoughts and my views with your people, and we can take it forward. I'm really, really very, very obliged that you are thinking out of the box, and Ms. Puji have been sharing with me about the huge potential that Indonesian film industry will have or should have with Latin America. Sky is the limit. I look forward to connect with you, ma'am. Definitely. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Yeah. Ibu Puji, you are still mute.
Try to trouble your laptop.
Okay, sorry.
Two devices, yeah.
Hello. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear me all now?
Okay,
Hello.
Puji, go ahead.
Okay. Terima kasih, Pak Dir. Okay, again, thank you very much for all. Mr. Angel is already here. Mr. Angel, do you want to say something?
Hello, thank you so much, Puji. Sorry, I haven't been problems with my connectivity. Thank you to all of us for inviting to this meeting. I'm going to do a brief. Basically, we are a Colombian company with 16 years of experience trading from countries like Malaysia and China. We basically began with the palm oil industry, spare parts, tools, equipment. Since 5 years ago or 6 years ago, we have opened a new warehouse in Colón, Zona Libre, Panama. You see, we are located at Frankfurt area. We have a warehouse with more than 1,000 square meters there. and we are trading tools and spare parts and equipment for palm oil industry from Mexico to Peru since Panama. You see, I've been, Puji knows that, about 2 or 3 times in Indonesia, looking for new suppliers at this industry. It's been a very, very good experience. And now we would like to take in advance this location in Colón Zona Libre to be open to other markets, furnitures, and I really don't know, rubber industry, leather industry. And we would like to take in advance, I don't know if I can share a video of our warehouse, and you can see the capability of storage that we have.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can share it.
Okay, just 1 minute. So, I'm going to be very fast. You see, this is Malayo, Panama. We have created this company 5 years ago, and this is Distribuidor Malayo. Distribuidor Malayo has about 16 years in the Latin American market. We basically trade products from Malaysia to Panama, and from Panama to Mexico, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Honduras, you see. And we also have 1 Indonesian supplier in tools, and we are doing very good with it. And basically, at the 2020, we made more than 54 importations from Malaysia through South America. And we are in movement all the time. You see, Panama, it's been a very, very good place for us with the palm oil industry. And this is our warehouse there. It's located in Frankfurt. And I'm going to try to show you this as soon as we can. There's more than 1,000 square meters there, you see. What you are watching there are spare parts for palm oil industry. We have 174 customers from Mexico to Peru. And this is our warehouse. I'm going to do it fast because there are 6 minutes long. So as you can see, we have a good storage, and we are here and we appreciate to be invited to this meeting because we would like to be open to other products. The experience by trading palm oil spare parts and equipment, it's been very good. And we have opened a new warehouse in the United States. So we are also want to take in advance our new warehouse in Miami and this warehouse in Panama in order to be better at what we are doing right now, and to open our infrastructure to more companies. This is basically our business core, and my message for you all guys is that we are open to new markets and to new products, and we can take in advance this meeting to be contacted by all the Indonesian companies to be open to work with us. And Puji, so thank you so much for this time. We have many things to share with you, but I understand the time is quietly short. So this is basically what we have to offer for you all guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Angel, for your presentation. I hope this can give more view for us, for Indonesian company, on how to use Colón as our hub to expand our market in Latin America.
Thank
And
you very
now, lastly, I will invite from Berno Farm, Ms. Maria, to give the presentation about their product and the possibility of enter to the market here in Panama and also in Central America.
Good morning to all the dignitaries and all my friends in Indonesia. My name is Anup and I am representing PT Berno Farm as a head of business development. So Berno Farm is a, can you hear me right, Ms. Puji?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Berno Farm is a leading pharmaceutical company from Indonesia. And it is a 50-year-old company. And in fact, we are celebrating 50th year in 2021. Next, please. These are group companies, and all the companies in Indonesia, when we say in pharmaceutical, it means it's a, we have a factory. We have a GMP approved factory in Indonesia. So the group company is Berno Farm. Then we have down is Quantum Labs, which is again a generic company. Then on the right hand side, on the bottom, we can see Quantum Medic, which is a medical device company, wherein we manufacture a medical mask and industrial mask. Then we have Natura Labs, wherein we are manufacturing herbal products, which is finished product as well as ingredients. Then we have Infion. Infion is a bag in infusion bottle manufacturing company. And then in the middle down, there is a company called Infion Daibung. So we have a joint venture between
Ya me presenté, si nos dieran un minutico.
So we have a joint venture between Infion and Daibung of South Korea. And we are the first biosimilar company in Indonesia. Next, please. So we manufacture generic products, OTC, and also some NCE products. Next, please. You can skip these slides. Yeah. Next, please. So we have, yeah, the previous one, please. Yeah, thank you. So we have approximately, actually this shows 3,000. We have approximately 4,000 employees in Indonesia as well as in some other markets. We manufacture more than 500 products. Our revenue in Indonesia as well as export market is approximately $250 million. And our sales force in Indonesia is around close to 2,000 people. Next, please. Yeah. So these are our capacities, annual capacities, which you can see the tablets is around 3.8 billion tablets per year. Capsule is 623 million capsules per year. Liquid syrup is 30 million. Dry syrup, creams, ampoules, liquid vials, and powder vials. If you see ampoules and the liquid vials, we are one of the largest in Indonesia. So in case there is a high demand in Panama as well as in other Caribbean island countries, we can very well support with our capacities. Next, please. So these are the different portfolios which we are covering, right from anti-infectives, CNS, gastrointestinal, cardiovascular, vitamins, respiratory, dermatologicals, musculoskeletal, endocrine, and blood forming agents. So most of the generic products we are manufacturing in Indonesia, and we are catering to the big population of almost 270 million people in Indonesia, as well as we are catering to different countries around the world, basically into semi-regulated and less regulated markets. Next, please. These are some of the international markets. Next, please. So not taking much of your time, so let me directly come on the products. There are a lot of products. We are manufacturing more than 500 products. I am not touching the generic products, which are tablets, injectables, but because those are regulated products where we have to discuss with the buyers about the regulation in Panama. But I'm talking about OTC products, which are easy to register and it comes into food supplement or OTC category. But I think there must be some duration of submission and approval with the FDA of Panama. Next, please. So this is one of the range, BioLysine. BioLysine is multivitamin plus lysine. We have got 6 SKUs in BioLysine range. So first one is BioLysine syrup, which this is for children who has got difficulty in eating. So this contains lysine and different vitamins. It is available in 100 ml and 60 ml. Next, please. The second SKU from BioLysine is BioLysine Smart. So as I told you that we have 6 SKUs. So one is BioLysine syrup. This one is BioLysine Smart. This is in addition to other ingredients, other APIs. We have other ingredients like choline and DHA and AA, which helps in the development of kids or children's brain. Next, please. And then we have BioLysine Kids. This is for the growing child, and the composition is mostly similar, but we have added 1 or 2 additional ingredients. Next, please. This is BioLysine Emulsion. This is for growing kids, basically for children in infancy to grow tall, healthy, and intelligent. So it increases children growth. It also strengthens bone and teeth because of the composition. Apart from the other ingredients or APIs, we also have the specific ingredient in this product is cod liver oil. The next SKU from this range of products, BioLysine, is BioLysine Veggie Fruit. This is specifically for kids who don't eat vegetables and fruits. So this is a big problem with all the mothers. So if they are not eating vegetables and fruits, they can take BioLysine Veggie Fruit apart from the regular meal. Next, please. Then we have BioLysine Platinum. This is basically for helping children to always be, able to avoid fatigue and weakness and fulfillment of red blood cells. So BioLysine is the first product which is very famous in Indonesia. You can practically see in each and every pharmacy or apothec of Indonesia, which is a big country. And the second big product is Vitalong C, which is vitamin C. Now, every one of us knows what is vitamin C, but this one is a sustained release vitamin C. That means the vitamin C, whenever you take it, it will not be released suddenly in your stomach, causing some irritation in your stomach, but it will be released slowly and steadily along 12 hours. So basically, you have to take 2 times in a day. This again is a very, very famous product. This comes in 2 kinds of packaging. One is 30s and one is so 30s comes in bottles, and 100s comes in 1 box with 25 catch covers. The other product from our OTC range is Stop Pain. Stop Pain contains methyl salicylate and menthol, eugenol, and essential oils. This is basically to reduce muscle pain and headache. Can be used every time when you have pain, with aromatherapy effect, relaxing mind. This is a water-based cream. It is not sticky like some of the pain creams if you see in the market. And the prices are affordable, which we can disclose when there is a suitable buyer from Panama. Next, please. This is Starmeg, which is the composition is famotidine, calcium carbonate, and magnesium. This one is basically when you have a upset stomach. So this is you have to take 2 times in a day. Yeah, this comes with a delicious taste of blackcurrant mint. So, and it can be chewed. So no need to use water. Next, please. Canesol is a miconazole nitrate. This is for fungal infection. This also sells, we export to a few countries in good quantities. So we can check if some of the customers in Panama is interested in this product. Next, please. I think that's all. Yeah, the last product is Fitergy. Fitergy is a product to increase energy. This contains L-carnitine, ginseng, caffeine, vitamin B1, vitamin B6, B12, ginger extract. So these are the key ingredients in this product. Is basically for all the people who are like who want to keep fit, and also for the aging people who are above 40 and who are sporting, who are into sports, running, walking. So if they want to keep fit, they can take this product on a daily basis. Thank you very much for the time, and I thank you for this business forum and all the key dignitaries, and also to all my Indonesian friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anup Sharma, for your presentation. It's very enlightening presentation about the product of PT Perno Farm. And for your information that we have here, Pharmazona as a logistic company, but also we can say that this company is expert on distributing pharmaceutical products. So any pharmaceutical company who will try to enter the market, you can also consult with Pharmazona, maybe, right, Zarita?
Yes, I think that is very important, because when we because Panama is relatively a smaller country, so when we enter Caribbean island, we will not be entering only for one country. I think Panama will be a base, and we'll be entering. In fact, we are doing some business in Dominican Republic, which is a neighbor of Panama. So this is a good opportunity to
hopefully that,
yes, of course.
In the
Actually,
future, there will be.
I very request your contact, because I think that we can develop something together, and in based on our know-how and all the certifications that we have, we are able to support you for all the distribution through Central America and South America as well, because we have all the certification from the Ministry of Health of Panama and also of Colombia. And we meet with all the good manufacturing practice and good storage practice too for the pharmaceutical products, because it's our key business.
Yeah, but as you know, see, fortunately or unfortunately, we are not as lucky as footwear manufacturers and other manufacturers where you don't need any registration. So pharmaceutical is very regulated. So the first and foremost thing is we need support for the registration from the FDA. So we need support from the Indonesian embassy in Panama for the registration and documentation required for our products there. And then comes the logistic part and finding partners in Panama as well as Caribbean islands. Yeah.
Sure, Mr. Anup. We will help you with all the registration procedure here. And since we are already at 11 now, it's already 11 in the evening in Indonesia. We will say again, thank you very much for to be here with us in this webinar. Thank you very much, Bu Yuyun, Pak Daryanto. Thank you very much.
I have a screen for a while, please.
Okay, Pak Dar.
Thank you. Maybe in this opportunity, I should congratulate to you, Puji, our dear colleagues, and also Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture, Industry of Cologne, and all participants. I feel that this webinar today full with enthusiasm, and then I feel also the great interest to increase our interaction between Panama and Indonesia. And I'm quite sure that this webinar is not only stop here, but I hope that there will be another meeting, business meeting, one-on-one meeting or whatever. And then I once again to invite you in our business meeting in Alak Business Forum in October, 14 and 15 October. This business forum actually is an annual forum that's created only for interaction, to increase interaction between Indonesian businessmen and Latin America and the Caribbean businessmen. So please take advantage of this forum. We'll be there with also with Puji and with other colleagues from Indonesian Embassy in Latin America and the Caribbean. We are stand ready to facilitate you, to help you in order to increase your relationship with Indonesia, and also for Indonesian businessmen in order to increase your relationship with your partner in Latin America and the Caribbean. Once again, congratulations, Puji, congratulations, Chambers of Commerce, Agriculture, Industry of Collins, and God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pak Daryanto, Mr. Daryanto, our beloved director. And thank you very much, Ibu Yuyun, for being us today until very late night. But we already share a lot of experience. We already share a lot of opportunity on how to increase the trade relation between Indonesia and Panama. And not to forget, I will also thanks to Licenciado Gilberto Mena and also Mr. Josimar Ortiz for all your support, for all your cooperation, so we can do this webinar today. And hopefully that we can follow up this meeting, this webinar, with another webinar or another business meeting, as we know that we already have some contact, we already have something to follow up, for example, in the film industry with Mr. Kundan, in pharmaceutical product with Pharmazona, and also with other product like craft with Miss Maribel and also Miss Allison, and the other product like furniture or also the sport industry. We can also have cooperation with another company here in Panama, also maybe with Mr. Angel, with your warehouse in Cologne, that maybe could be our warehouse also in the future. Again, thank you very much for all your participation, and hopefully that we can do follow up and we can do a good cooperation between us to increase the cooperation between Indonesia and Panama, and also Indonesia with Latin America and the Caribbean region for all. Thank you very much again for your participation. And
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all.
Very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Puji. Terima kasih,
Bye.
Puji.
Thank you.
Well,
Bye. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Puji. Thank you, Madam Yuyun. Thank you. Thank you, Senor Daryanto. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kunan. Thank you, Mr. Manya.
Thank you.
Senor Gilberto, muchas gracias. Muchísimas gracias.
Chao.
Señor Ortiz, muchísimas gracias. Puji, thank you. Thank you again. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Igualmente, gracias a todos. Saludos.
Saludos, 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 saludos.
Lo esperamos acá en Panamá para hacer negocios.